And welcome back, all you wonderful Tubi Dicers. It's your boy, Daddy Tarzan. With me is a wonderful cast and crew of Tubi Dice Adventures. That being said, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Again, my name is Daddy Tarzan, 82855 on all social media platforms. You can find me under that handle. And I will be playing your Galaxy Master for tonight's session. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of our cast, starting off with the one, the only, Victor the Story Weaver.
Hello, everybody. My name is Victor, also known as Victor the Story Weaver in some parts of the interwebs. Um, I am playing Oho, which is the one of the halves of the two characters that of the duo, dynamic duo. He's an assassin force user, and so you think you've seen him? No, you haven't.
Let us move on to the next character, Jay.
Hi, hi everybody. Happy to be back. My name is Jay, also known as Jason V131 on TikTok, and I am playing Kesh, the chess agent, and is just just ready to be completely innocent and do nothing wrong.
All right. And the boy that does no wrong, Ego, the man himself.
Hi, I'm Ren. I go by my screen on the internet, and I play Ego, who is a charming, not so debonair, Twi'lek scoundrel who has never done anything wrong in his life, and I will be taking no commentary on that. Thank you so much.
The goodest of boys. And finally, to round tonight's cast off for tonight's episode, the man himself who has returned to us, Oz. Having technical difficulties, but did we lose you, buddy? Osmodius?
I was muted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I did a whole intro. It was perfect. It was clean. And then now I have to do it again. Hi, I'm Oz, otherwise known as Son of a Ghost on all the interwebs. Yeah, I'm here to have a good time playing Raw, your other half, the sometimes better half of the Mudhorn Brothers alliance. Woohoo! And yeah, he's the more spunky Thursdayan who likes to throw grenades at people and have a good time.
That's very, very.
He also has a lot of enemies for some reason.
You do like to stab people with your axe occasionally, so that might kind of contribute. That being said, that is going to round tonight's episode cast for the night. So usually there's other two cast members that join us. Those being Matt, aka Wartorn Knight, who plays Chav Visto, and Dia or Dia.cosplay, who plays Dove, our bipedal armory / tank. That being said, I'll be playing these two characters should their input be required. Let's go ahead and re-immerse ourselves in the setting of which we currently have our crew of Core Ellis in at the moment. The crew has rejoined Hondo Onaka, a infamous pirate turned legitimate businessman, back at his stronghold, the Oshnet, that's been temporarily converted into a base of operations here on Batu, who was in the midst of celebrating after watching the events of the shipping yards unfold, where the crew had engaged in an operation to recover and relocate 3 containers full of humanoid slaves. Those of which were being kept in unsavory conditions, which prompted them to take immediate action as opposed to waiting for backup in the next 3 days. The mission was an overall success after requiring security codes to deactivate the slave tracking measures, as well as eliminating any potential rumors from rising of Hondo's potential involvement in this little excursion. The crew has now convened with Hondo and confirmed the operation was a success, therefore gaining the aid of Hondo Onaka for the mission to recover the Phantom Squadron pilots that have been captured and imprisoned on Belsavis. Where the rest of this journey is headed is to be diced. Love that intro. Okay. For today's session, would the players kindly roll your luck points for the day? Ooh, we're starting off strong. 2 dark side right out the gate. I love that for me. And if you would like some ambiance, please tune in to the presented video in Discord for the ambiance music.
Not again. Not again.
I love this for me.
Famous
4?
last session.
4 dark side. Okay. Let's
Oh
have
boy.
Rawl. You roll for Chav, and then Ego roll for Dove.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Not again. Oh God.
Rawl,
Okay, this game is rigged.
Rawl, you feeling lucky today?
Please. Please.
My word,
Oh.
you guys are so generous today.
Yes, remember that, Tarzan. We are generous. We are so generous with you. So,
Mhm.
so you gotta be.
Hey, listen, I was using the tokens so frequently last session. You guys barely even used them. I'm over here feeding you light side tokens like candy. It's like, here, have one, have one, have one. Oh, look at that! All right. All is not lost, as Rawl has managed to roll 2 more light side points for the team as Chavisto. Okay. So, our scene begins in the interior of Ashnet, a Corona-class frigate. A Corona-class armed frigate, I should say. Owned by Hondo Onaka, the Ashnet. Akushnet. A hollow projection of an elderly gentleman. Older gentleman, not elderly, but mid to late 50s. Bright blue eyes, distinguished white beard, short white hair, groomed, slicked back, and familiar officer, not necessarily officer ask. I mean, as formal of a what would you say? A rebellion leader uniform could be. Not even a uniform. It's just a suit, if you will. Kesh, you establish connection utilizing your knowledge of circumventing Imperial monitoring over the holonet and secure a link between the Acushnet and Rev Garlands of ARC Squad.
Come in, this is Rev Garland. Do you read me?
Read you loud and clear.
Good to see you again. Kesh, what do you have to report?
Rescue operations for a particular interesting package that needs to disappear has gone underway, and we've gained an ally in Hundo Anaka, giving his support in relieving Phantom Squad from their current weight.
That's good news. Let's not discuss this over HoloNet. Let's establish a meetup position. We're currently operating in wild
Agreed.
space.
Do you have anywhere in particular on Bell Service that you wish to broker?
Belsavis would be too close. We need a base of operations outside of the sector. Let's meet up on... Let's meet up on Falleen. Nope, sorry.
Hold on. Falling was no-go because of...
Falling's a bit of a hotspot right now.
We just left that. Give me 1 second while I look at my map here.
Unless we want to go toe to toe with Darth Vader, let's not.
Yeah, that'd be a hot zone. That'd be a
Just a
hot
bit.
zone.
Just a bit.
Where is it? Corellis, there you are. Should have had my galaxy map pulled up. My bad. He's currently scanning through his data pad for viable safe zones that he has knowledge of. Travel. There we go. Galaxy map. Go away. We need to go to Belsavis, so he's going to want to meet near that. Where are you? Pull up Belsavis in my notes, as that will have the geological location, or not geological, galactic location. Never mind, I lied. I didn't save that information yet. Easy fix. Belsavis. There we go. Astronomical object, blah, blah, blah. Location, grid square, L18. Okay. L18 is right here. Okay, cool. So, ooh. He looks at a couple, he cycles through a couple of names, but his eyes, he locks in on He sends you the coordinates of a planet known as Celeste.
Celeste. Okay.
Follow these coordinates, meet us on the planet surface, and this should be discussed in person.
Understood. And the escapees?
That's when Chav would step forward. Or, actually, no, he's still with them. That being said, actually, you would be aware that Guy, or Chav had linked up with Guy to secure the relocation of the slaves.
Okay. I relay that then, just so that way that's taken care of. And so that way the rebels don't have to reveal their hand too much in too many locations.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's good
And
news.
just
Good work out there.
A lot is riding on this, Rev.
Indeed. That's why we should endeavor to move quickly. We'll see you at those coordinates in 5 days' time.
I'm sure Hondo will be thrilled.
Hondo would be what? As Hondo Inaka steps into the chamber with the rest of you.
Well, I just turn with Rev still on the hollow terminal. An opportunity.
Ah, so good. This is good to put a face to who I'm about to assist. We will. Are we meeting here, or are we moving to a new location?
I relay the coordinates to Hondo. So that way it's there.
Gotcha. He seems very enthusiastic about going on forward as he rallies, nods at Rev on Hollow and turns to the rest of his crew. All right, boys, we are moving out. Get your things, pack your stuff. Let's get ready to ship out shortly. And he goes about rallying his crew. You can hear things starting to pick up relatively quickly outside as Rev and you continue. All right, be careful out there. Empire's activity has doubled since our mission on Bannistar Station. Move carefully.
Always do. See you in 5 days.
End transmission. And with that, the hollow display of Rev Garland fizzles out, and the crew of the Akushnet begin to pour into the common space that you're in with crates and gear, and as they are packing up the camps, the makeshift campsite in preparation for you guys' departure. It's probably about this time the crew as a whole receives a call from Chav. These notifications. Can you stop notifying me? There we go. Yeah, you guys receive a call from Chav at this point in time. You're pretty certain at this point he should have met up with Guy. And,
Hey, Core Atlas, it's good news. Met up with Guy, and currently working with the information that you gave us in regards to the security codes to get these poor souls unchained by the Black Sun. I think we're gonna stick around a little bit, help out, make sure that these guys get to where they need to go safely. But I'll meet up with you as soon as I can afterwards. Don't wait up for me. I'll keep in touch, alright?
What a day when Chev says, "Good news, I met up with Guy."
Oh yeah. He says his farewells. Says Ego's in charge when he's not around,
Of course.
and wishes everyone good luck as you guys move forward.
What could go wrong?
I don't like that tone.
This is my normal tone. Ego.
I don't like it. Get a
That
better
just sound-
one.
That just sounds like a you problem.
No, it distinctly sounds like a you problem.
I'm not having a problem with my tone. You seem to be having a problem with my tone.
Jeez. Anyway.
Twi'leks, anyway.
So, with that, I'm assuming you guys transition to preparing for departure pretty straightforward at that point, in preparation for this.
Hey,
Or...
Tarzan.
Yes.
Roll, go through
How do we
normal
get
checks.
paid?
Hmm?
How do we get paid?
From...
You definitely didn't do this for
From
free.
the well, this particular instance is us bartering with Hondo for the stuff for Belsavis.
Mhm.
That's fine. How do we get paid from the guy from Nar Shaddaa who sent us here in the first place? I need money.
You guys have...
Where's the moolah? I'm
guys have-
not a last 5.
You guys have not even attempted to call this gentleman, so you have not figured out the way to get paid yet.
I think Raw
This
will
sounds
fuck
like,
Ego and has.
It sounds like a mission for Ego.
Christ. Listen, I
Oh,
already got
ego.
us more money, and now it's fine. I'm in charge, so
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sounds like somebody needs to call Kami in.
call Camion.
All right. You call Kami in back
What
on
we do in July.
back from Nar Shaddaa. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have-
Tarzan, if you complicate right now, I'm gonna turn into Rihanna from the Bitch Better Have My Money music video.
Oh shit, that's fine. That's good.
I knocked the windows out his car.
I don't have Kami and shit. I don't have a sheet. So yeah, you contact him over the HoloNet. Let's see. Yeah, he would have. Yeah, okay. He locks in your information for the 68,320 credits that was promised upon delivery of the equipment.
It's a pleasure doing business as always. If you require any more work, please feel free to contact me. You do good, excellent work so far.
I missed the last of that. What was that?
If you require any more work, feel free to contact us. Contact me again. You do excellent work.
Of course we do, as I assured you before we left. Thank you very much for a swift and prompt and uncomplicated payment.
Good evening.
With that, he ends the call. Camion, this surprisingly not in the company of any dancing girls this time, but yeah, still has that air of superiority, despite being across the galaxy from you. But yeah, you guys end up receiving your payment of 68,000 credits within the next few hours via wire transfer.
68,300. How much?
68,320 credits.
20. Davido.
Check, please.
Probably gonna wanna do the Chav math on that one.
I want to just message him and be like, hey, divide this the way that it's supposed to be divided.
Everyone gets 11,386 credits and 66 cents.
Is this ego deciding this in this moment? Chav's gonna lose his shit. I love this.
It's splitting it 6 ways.
That's not Chav usually takes more because of being a pilot and the repairs on the ship.
Well,
He's
he
always-
left me in
It's
charge.
time.
That's what I'm
so-
saying.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well,
I believe in
buddy.
equality.
He's gonna feel like he's owed a little bit of money. I love it.
He can feel
Mooch
how
on
he
that
wants.
one, Chavy. How much was it?
11,386.
I'm waiting for him to chirp up in the chat. All right, you guys.
That money.
Listen, I'm the one that got us more money to begin with. He can be taken easy.
That's fair enough. You were the smooth talker.
Could take an L.
All right. There we go. Ah.
Oh, I can't
So.
put it. Okay.
You guys board your respective vehicles, the VCX, the Echo Celine, so on, the Vagabond, all your guys' ships, and make ready for departure as you transmit the coordinates to Akushnet. The giant flying saucer ascends into the air and disappears into the open sky and makes its way to Solist. Speaking of which, let's put that in my notes before I forget. It's currently day 106, which means it would be day 35 of month 3. And you're about to make a 5-day journey across the galaxy, which would put us back at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first of the 4th month. There we go. Okay. To day 106 to 111. 6 a.m. All right. Revan. That'd be crazy. Sullust. There we go. Not Sullustan, Sullust. There you go. Okay. There's a quick hop, skip, and a jump across the galaxy as you guys make your way to Sullust, a planet inhabited by the Sullustans. Located in the Sullust system out of the Outer Rim territories, home to the Sullustan species. In sector grid square M17, for anybody taking notes. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Oh. There we go. Alt-T. Planetary. There we go. M17. Okay. Barren obsidian world of lava streams and turquoise lakes. Native fauna such as ash angels forage during the day and return to nest at night, while rocket renders prowl the planet's underground. Planet's atmosphere is highly toxic. The native species live in technological advanced subterranean cities that are highly regarded for their beauty. They commute to work by lifts and shuttles that carry them to the factories on the planet's surface, alternating between day and night shifts. The Sorusub Corporation employs roughly half the population of Sullust, and the world was the center of the company's industrial empire, with the famous factories manufacturing starships. This is a pretty industrialized planet. A lot of the ships that are produced at this from this planet are used in the Rebellion's fleet. So you get a sense as to why they're Rev would choose a location like this. Easy cover. You could appear as shipping or freighters, shipping materials to the planet or from the planet. With the amount of ships that you're are traveling with you, and as you guys approach the planet, the control tower, the control tower guides you guys into one of the subterranean hangar bays. You have to descend down a large steam vent, a natural steam vent. By the point of entry, visual field of view is non-existent. You have to rely solely off of your system instruments in order to navigate, as well as directions from the control tower. And eventually you guys dock and are greeted by the greeted by the crew of Sorusub Corporation, a crew that's predominantly Sullustan in occupations. One gentleman steps forth. Welcome to Sorusub Corporation. All standard procedures are fuel and resupply. If there's anything more, please feel free to talk with the dockmaster, and we will see about fitting your ships with the necessary requisitions that you have. In the meantime, if you need anything else, my name is Soros, and I'll be your point of contact during your stay here at Surusup. That being said, is there anything I can help you with at this moment?
Not at the moment, no, but if we have anything, we'll let you know.
Well, enjoy your stay, and I'll be around. You have my code cylinder, or my chain code should you need to contact me. POCs. That being said, once you guys arrive, Rev, they wouldn't openly contact you guys because they need to maintain a level of plausible deniability for the Celestins. So it would be a Kesh, you would recognize this tactic as a of a dead drop type or handoff. Human individual making his way through the passageway. Indistinct features. He's kind of heavily making his physical appearance as heavily obscured as possible. Trench coat, face covering, hat, and whatnot. Walking opposite direction of you. He ends up shoulder checking you, Kesh. And in that moment, you feel something pressed into your palm as he continues pushing past, looking over his shoulder. Sorry, mate, and keeps walking.
Is it a comlink? Is it a location?
It's a code
Like
cylinder
code cylinder?
Yeah, it's a code cylinder with the location of where to meet.
Okay.
Let's see.
Pull out a data pad and plug in the chain code cylinder to look at the location to make sure that it's correct and has like coordinates.
The information on this code cylinder contains the location of the Celis Sector Spacefarers Academy. Just outside there, there's a watering hole that people go to unwind from their training at the academy.
Alright. Gonna relay that to the group. Do I relay this to Hondo immediately? Is this a smart thing to do?
From your training, transmitting sensitive information like this is a no-go usually. But Hondo is just across the way as you see him making his way out of the hangar bay that he was docked at. And he meets up with you guys with excitement and fervor, and seems to be anticipating this meet. So, what a lovely place we found ourselves in. Well, I don't believe I've been to the planet of Celis before. This is a new experience for me. So, where are we heading?
Well, and I gesture to the location very quickly so he can memorize it and then unplug the code cylinder, put the data pad away. It seems we have a... I'm feeling quite thirsty. Maybe a quick stop at a watering hole nearby would be a good idea.
Sounds like a brilliant idea myself. Let's go. let us meet and have a
Say
drink.
that, probably at the moment that everybody landed, Oho would have given the unknowing look to his brother of I'm gonna do my thing. He probably would have, the moment that everybody is landing, he would have basically opened a panel from the ground to find a way to basically exit the ship from underneath it, take advantage of the landing and the air and the dust and everything, roll himself out on the ground, and then just basically join the crowd, so that he's keeping an eye on the space and keeping an eye on the group, as well as Hondo and Hondo's group, and keeping, as always, communication with his brother open, but just as a way of like, I'm watching your back, I got you, and I'm also like just gonna take advantage of the space. So if Raul would have communicated where the location is going to be for the meeting, Ojo probably is already also starting to make his way ahead of the group, scouting, keeping an eye on everything in case he sees anything out of the ordinary. Because,
Raul.
like I said, as of now, he has not been seen by Hondo.
Fair enough.
And Raul would have done so. And as you hit the ground and roll, you'll hear over the comms, "Show off." And
I
then-
taught you this.
And then, yeah, he'll
All
still
right.
doesn't make it any less true.
I'll see you at the rendezvous.
Take care. And he'll just after that he'll just resort to just the clicks and beeps that they use to indicate where and locations and all that stuff.
All right. So with that, let's go ahead and get a general stealth check from you, Oho. You call it an average difficulty. Hard difficulty. Easy. You're trying to immerse yourself into the crowd and not be observed outwardly. So yeah, easy. Average. Sorry, whatever. English, whatever. It's fine. Trying to challenge you somewhat.
I mean, I can roll that extra purple if you want me to. For
That's good. That's good.
for those who are watching, that was 6 successes, 8 advantages, 1 triumph.
Yeah, buddy.
And I believe that I can use 2 advantages to grant a blue dot to people. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab and give 2. So basically
Those
4.
are for encounters. And
Oh,
whatnot.
just encounters.
Yeah.
Fine. Never mind then. I'll just keep them to myself.
Yeah.
I'm cutting a triumph too.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oho doing his natural born strategy, or Jason Bourne strategy of just blending into the crowd seamlessly. The crew meets up with Hondo and with Kesh taking lead, make their way to the flight academy to meet up at the coordinates that were provided.
As we're going, can I just be keeping an eye out since I am in charge? Just anyone that might be looking at us a bit more oddly than normal. I know we probably cause a bit of attention.
I like the suspicion. Go ahead and give me a hard perception check. Cashing the token to make that a challenge of 1. So 1 red, 2 purple.
Oh, that's okay. All right. One a success, on a triumph.
You guys gotta chill with these triumphs.
Yeah.
So with Kesh taking point, you take the opportunity to observe your surroundings, to pick up on any potential interested parties that would take notice of your arrival. With 1 success, 5 advantages and triumph. Are you gonna load for me or what? There we go. Let's go with. No, he's not here. Never mind. You spot a couple of Solstons kind of eyeballing Brawl. More so the device on his back. With your understanding of the Solston species, they are more mechanically inclined and do appreciate ingenuity, and they seem to be taking a gander at his handiwork and evaluating it.
Okay, but not particularly sinister.
Not that he can spot right out the gate, no.
Okay.
Okay, you guys make your way towards the district of the Solace Sector Spacefarers Academy. The watering hole itself, known as the Spacefarers Bucket. Let me put that in my notes. Pretty well maintained establishment. Predominantly the clientele here is Solston. So as you enter with your crew and Hondo and some of his crew in tow, you guys do kind of stand out in the moment. Hondo kind of steps forth of the rest of the group, takes a look around with his hands on his waist. Ah, what a fine establishment! Come, let us drink! As he turns to you guys and urges you guys in with him as he takes the first step towards the bar. Ah, barkeep, a round for me and my friends. We've had a long journey and require a fresh beverage to cool our jets, if you will.
Best thing I've heard in days.
So, where's my favorite pilot? Where did he go?
Oh, he is currently with the cargo. You know, making sure everything gets settled correctly.
Skilled pilot and a humanitarian. I like this man even more. Good. All right. Well, this round is on me. Come.
I'll let him know you said that.
Thank you. This round will be on me. Come, enjoy, imbibe, relax, and let us wait. Wet our whistles for the evening before we talk business. And he gets around for his crew and as well as you guys, should you indulge, and starts drinking in earnest.
Bantha colada.
I love it.
Suffice to say, I'll probably reach the location first. Perimeter sweep, vantage point, the whole works. Yeah, let me pull in my rebel context.
Exactly what Kesh wants to do, but the fact that he's having to lead everyone.
That's the thing, is like Oho just literally has not revealed himself to Hondo this whole time.
Yeah.
At best, has seen through the cameras during the extraction of the cargo that there was another figure, like a cloaked figure maybe, but he hasn't revealed his face, so
Mm-hmm.
he'd like to keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you indicated to Rawl where you are?
No, because I haven't determined with Tarzan what the trajectory has been or whether or not I would have found a spot. But yeah, the moment that he
As
would have found a spot, and whether or not he felt there was something suspicious to keep an eye on outside or around the space, he would have communicated that to Raw.
Rawl, wherever your location is, would look up in your direction for a second, and then look back to where Hondo's drinking. Don't worry, I'll save you a bottle.
You know I don't drink.
It's
So
thought that counts. All right.
the establishment itself is a one-story building. There's no like places of elevation where you would be able to get to like a bird's eye view of the place, but there's an elevated booth that you could take up a residence in and just keep a slightly elevated perspective of the establishment. That being said, let's see. To observe, it's going to be a hard difficulty perception check, challenge of 3. Challenge of 2, sorry.
Let's see what the dice determine.
Actually, I'll cash in a token to make it a challenge of 3. Because, fuck it.
Is this anybody or?
This is for Oho initially, but yeah, you guys could also take on this. Yeah, Oho, your initial
Hey, I'm gonna use my triumph.
Fair enough.
Why not?
Fair enough.
It's right there, so let's go for it.
Surprisingly enough, it was these people are pretty well hidden, despite being the fact that they are not of the Celestin variety. In the back far left corner, you spot 3 taller humanoid figures, one of which is very familiar to you, being Rev Garland, the other 2 maintaining some level of obscurity. But you do spot Rev Garland sit in the back left corner room at a table with 2 others.
I would say that I would relay that message to the group.
Okay, so your elevated booth is going to be towards the front right of the building. It does have a pretty large overview of the entire cantina. So yeah, your position would be immediately to the right of the door entrance, and then you observe Rev Garland in the back left corner of the cantina, dimly lit area with 2 other individuals.
Yeah, I would say that probably the way that Oho went about this is he made sure that when maybe a couple of people were coming into the establishment, he sort of like trailed back. He trailed behind them to make sure that he wasn't entering by himself, so that the moment that he entered, he's not like spotlight on him. So he just kind of like entered with other people in front of him, moved to the bar, put some credits down, grabbed a bottle and a cup, went to that spot. And as he was doing that, coming in, going to the bar, waiting for the bottle, he's scanning, looking, as he's turning, looking, as he sits down, keeps looking, then the rest of the group probably enters, finds their spot. And as they're sitting down, he's just relaying the information of like, I spot a Red Garland in the back left corner with 2 others.
Yeah, Cash is gonna make his way over there, passing through people. Doesn't know where Oho is, but just nods, essentially, to randomly, which I'm pretty sure Oho can see in that moment of just like, okay.
Microgesture reading, Ekani, baby.
Yep. To eventually,
Yeah.
Kesh just taps on the shoulder so Rev can look up and see him.
Seeing you arrive, Rev stands up, places a warm smile on his face, places both of his hands on your shoulders. Ah, Kesh, my boy, it's good to see you again. Come, sit. Where's your friends?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, and just look over to where Hondo is.
Yes, we heard him. Didn't want to draw too much attention to ourselves, so we decided to wait until he came.
I'm pretty sure that you don't have to worry about bringing attention to yourselves when he's the one boasting.
He's quite a proud individual, and from my understanding, he's quite successful and spirited individual. So,
And also a humanitarian.
he has a very colorful history, that's for sure.
But, done my part, brought him here. The rest is up to you and him to make a deal.
How reliable is he, according to your assessment?
Well, we delivered the cargo to him that we were instructed to do so. He needed some extra supplies and that lot, and we got paid by the original contractor of that. So he's forthcoming in that one. He definitely makes sure that he keeps all his options open, likes to make fast friends. That being said, he did to get his agreement. He asked us to relinquish cargo from the Black Sun that he was contracted to smuggle, which was the people. But he took personal issue with that, but played it everything close to his chest and made sure that he wasn't involved.
And that's when one of the two other figures that are sitting in the darker corner of the booth removes their cloak. First one being that of Major Brell. Yes, from our understanding, Hondo used to be a slave himself.
So you can imagine why he was quite eager to make sure that cargo did not go into the right hands. And I don't even register Brell was there. It's just that cold essence going towards him at this point.
With him as well is Sathar, the combat medic of your guys' squad. The two remove their hoods and get a little more comfortable. So, good. If he can be relied upon, then we can move forward. Let's bring them in.
And I will say, all three of you took a massive risk just sitting here out in the open.
Well, luckily for us, the Solston people tend to lean towards the rebellion. We just have to do our best to not draw the eyes of the Empire here.
Hopefully their gaze doesn't reach this far between Aline and Belsavis. At that point, Kesh does stand up to go over to our resident leader, Ego, and tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah?
It's time. Put the drink down.
But I'm not even half in. Can you not just give me like a few minutes to just enjoy the
Literally,
spoils of...
Kesh just slowly turns his head in his helmet to look at Ego.
Oh,
You can.
fine.
I'll compromise. You can bring it with you.
I mean, I wasn't going to leave it anyway, so... But thank you.
I'll get Hondo. And does the
Hondo,
exact same.
by this
Does the exact
point,
same thing.
making a lot of friends and with the Solston people, just generally having a pretty good time. The guys just love celebrating.
The guy is a magnet. Like the guy knows how to bring a
Ingratiate
room.
himself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But
by the time you approach him, you hear him kind of inquiring into the Sourceube company and how they operate and where they're getting their materials and who's their supplier, kind of, probing them for compromising information to potentially take over that supply line to make some more money.
Captain,
Yes?
I believe the whistle has been drawn. So
My friends, I must bid you adieu. It was a pleasure making your acquaintance. Ceci, McKelly, Doros, yes. I'll be back to talk to you some more about this business opportunity, if you will. But alas, business calls, so therefore I must answer. Good day. And he claps you on the shoulder as he kind of firmly embraces you, walking in the direction you indicated. So, take me to our new friends.
white.
And with that, you guys all consolidate over at Rev's table, and you soon recognize Major Brell and Sathar, who's accompanying him. And Hondo sits down at the table across from from Rev Garland. So, the rebellion calls once again, eh? I will have you know, I used to be a pretty devoted rebellion. What's the word? Instigator myself. Once upon a time, but I have since turned legitimate, and I would like to maintain that that business opportunity. And Rev kind of holds up a hand. We understand your business efforts, Hondo. However, that is what we are seeking to exploit in this opportunity that we have. From our understanding and research of your operations, you frequent Belsavis quite regularly. Yes, they produce a rare form of caffeine that only grows on the planet's surface, and we make regular shipments to and from there to supply to the galaxy. So yes, we have a way in. The warden that runs that particular prison can be quite agreeable when the price is right. Understood. What we seek is to bring in a small strike force. As you see, we have assets currently detained there that we would like to free. Rescue operation. This was going to be trickier to pull off. A small shipping convoy, a little easier to do, but for a rescue operation, especially depending on the size of operation, may call for more sizable assets, and which would be harder to conceal. But I think with our two powerful brains working together, we can come up with an excellent plan to compensate for that. Brell sits forth, kind of sizing up Hondo. Cash, you get a sense that, I mean, you've worked with Brell for a long time. He has a hard time trusting people, despite whether or not they have been part of, they've aided the rebellion a time or two before. And knowing Hondo's past history of being a wild card just doesn't sit right with Brell, and he's not keen on the idea of relying solely on Hondo for this operation, because for it to be successful, it's riding on Hondo's shoulders, and you can see him just kind of running through his mind what Hondo gains should he betray this operation to the Empire, and what he stands to lose. And then Rev continues. Our intentions was to two parts. We send a small strike force aboard your vessel, as you have frequented this this route before, and a secondary strike force follows shortly thereafter to initiate the rescue operation. As Belsavis is an Imperial-controlled planet, they'll be monitoring heavily the comings and goings of the planet. I'm sure you have a way to circumvent that monitorization. Yes, the Warden and I have worked out a agreement to avoid detection, as he does not want to. He doesn't want his superiors growing wise of his side dealings to fatten his own pockets. So, yes, I do have a back door, if you will. But I'm afraid if you send this secondary strike force, this will compromise my further dealings with this warden in the future. It is an unfortunate risk, Hondo. But I think you'll see it in the bigger picture as a benefit once the Empire is removed. Empire Rebellion.
Hi, Tarzan.
Yep. There's a lot of back and forth going between these guys, so yeah.
I just want to activate sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll see how much I can see depending on how well I roll. But I'm looking into Hondo's thoughts.
Ooh.
As they're talking. And if I get more people, then I get more people.
Interesting.
Do you want to tell Rawl your idea so we could possibly double whammy this?
I don't. Are you at the table with us? Are we all there?
Yes.
I'm like at the bar.
Yes. Oh, I
like,
know you're
leaning
not
to
there.
the bar at the table.
Okay.
I'm not sitting at the table because there's a lot of people around the table, but like I'm like at the bar right next to the table.
don't know how I would. Is that a thing I even know you can do?
Yeah, I've shown you before.
Sure. Okay. How would I don't think. Yeah, I don't
Hey,
think
don't
Ego
pressure it
would.
if you don't do it.
Yeah, no, I don't think Ego would think to tell anyone. He's just trying to see. Because he's aware of Hondo's reputation, so he's just trying to see if there are any thoughts that pass across his mind of a potential like double cross.
I like it.
See if it activates at all.
Okay.
Okay. Sick. So that's 3 light side. So I am going to up by 1 in terms of magnitude, and I'm also going to read Rev's thoughts.
Okay.
I want the conversation beneath the conversation.
I like where your head's
You're gonna get such bad whiplash.
Yeah, it's so good, but my listening ears are very good, so it's fine.
I like this.
I want the back door behind the back door.
Okay.
I want to find the Indian in the cupboard, okay?
I'm sorry, the what?
The Indian in the cupboard. Have you not seen that movie?
Yeah,
Oh
that's a
man,
good
that's a
one.
classic.
Good old classics. It's got Owen Wilson
I
in
highly
it.
recommend it.
He plays a little cowboy. It's adorable.
Basically, it's like Toy Story, but real life instead of cartoon.
Oh. Hmm.
You just gotta watch it.
I believe you.
Yeah, that's not what I want. Okay, this is going to be. This is going to be a contested roll against his deception. So go ahead and make counting those 3 light side tokens or points as successes towards your check. Make a cool or perception check.
I'll do perception.
Formidable difficulty, challenge of 4. Or not formidable, daunting difficulty, challenge of 4.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, hold on. Please hold while I examine my sheets.
RPG sessions, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, speaking of which.
I
Shout
am
out.
watching this from a distance, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use this now. I'm going to use my sense advantage. Is Hondo rolling technically?
This would be no. It's
It's just
ego
the
trying
passive
to.
light.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's ego trying to get past his natural defenses to see what
Gotcha.
is inside his mind.
Show me what's inside. Intense focus. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. All right. So it is Go away. It is perception with a daunting
difficulty challenge of 4, yeah.
challenge of 4.
So 4 red die.
It's Hondo.
I will spend 1 strain to upgrade my ability by 1.
Ooh.
And then I still have a triumph in the pocket, so if I need to, I'll use that. Do I touch a fateness?
I think you might have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, we have quite a few.
Anything with
If there's any time to use, yeah, if there's any time to use one, it would be now.
If I use a light side, it then lets me upgrade again.
Yes. If you have dice to upgrade.
Yeah, there's 1 more. Okay, I will spend 1 light side token and upgrade myself again. All right. Good grief. 1 success.
Easy does it.
Dang.
Slide right in there, whatever works.
Okay. 1 success. Whew. That is one hell of a lucky roll. That could have been so much worse for you.
Lucky, I put effort into that.
Could have been so much worse for you. This is perception, okay. As you peer into his mind, instead of searching intentions, just searching intent or motive. What's motivating this individual? There's a lot of cluster going on, noise going on in Hondo's mind. He's running numbers of sabak in his head, going over logistics for his company, to maintenance schedules, and it's just a constant cycle of information as a means to build which you identify as a means to build a defense to mental probing. You get a sense that he's had some experience in dealing with Jedi, or Force sensitives to begin with. And the motive he is focused on in the moment is his business dealings that he has with this warden that allows him to ship the caffeine off of the planet. And you get a sense that he's not entirely beholden to it, but it is a source of income for him that he would not want. He's not inclined to lose just frivolously. So he's wanting to take as much precautions as possible going forward, in an effort to try and maintain that source of income. Whether or not it's intent to betray, you can't really surmise. That wasn't the path you chose to investigate. but you get a sense that he is trying to protect. He would like to protect his income. So you get a sense that there is motive to potentially betray. But is it worth it? And then for Rev, that's a whole different person. Let's see what his is.
So it's essentially for Hondo, it's like if things start to go south, he will hang us up to dry.
There's the potential of it, yes. From what you're guesstimating. Because his mind is focused on wanting to protect his income, his assets.
It's about what I expect.
So you get a sense that you probably should come up with a very solid game plan that doesn't leave Hondo wanting, essentially. A hungry former pirate is a recipe for disaster. Rev, he's got one less skill in that. Rev is a little easier to peer into, as he doesn't have that same level of experience with interacting with force sensitives. His focus is Phantom Squadron. And his you get a sense that he doesn't have a greater picture in mind in terms of maintaining Hondo's business partner, a business agreement with this warden. He seems a little more his thoughts seem to be a little more prioritizing with meeting with the commander of Phantom Squadron to finalize the plan for this operation. A name that flits across his mind is Wedge Antilles. And he seems to be expecting him soon. Hondo, well, I understand your desire to maintain the sanctity of your business arrangement with this warden. The lives of the galaxy are at risk here. The longer the Empire remains in power, the more people will suffer. I'm sure you can understand that as a humanitarian yourself. Yes, well, I have no qualms with who is currently in power, as when the Republic was in power not some time ago, I was considered an enemy at the time. A pirate, if you will. So I was never on anyone's favor for some time. So I am not new to being an outsider. But I have my own people to take care of as well. It is important to me. A lot of these men that and women that join me are former slaves themselves. And I helped free, and gave them work as opportunity to thrive in their own right. So, please pardon my desire to maintain their source of income, as their well-being is important to me. Is to be commended, Honda. But we'll discuss this more in detail later. I am expecting somebody to be arriving soon. That will be able to go over a more actionable plan. The man is an accomplished commander, and he will be a great asset to this operation once he arrives. So, for the time being, rest, enjoy yourselves, and I'll contact you once he arrives. And with that, Rev, Brel, and Sathar stand up and begin to make their way out of the cantina.
I give a nod to Rev and Sathar, but Brel, don't even register him.
Rev Garland placing is firmly grasping your shoulder. Keep up the good work, boy. My son, you're doing great. Great work.
Trying to.
The three of them make their way out of the cantina, leaving you guys to continue to indulge yourselves in comfort. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tail him.
Ooh.
Just for a little bit. Just want to see what direction they go outside of the bar. Yeah, but can you see them from your vantage point on the ground, or from up in the sky?
No, he's
entire time.
He's in the
'Cause, I mean-
cantina.
No, I'm inside. I'm at the bar where you guys at. I'm just like in a separate table in the completely opposite corner of the place. So
Yeah,
I've been
he's-
watching you guys the whole time.
Yeah, he's able to see you guys and potentially hear with his cybernetic eye. No, it doesn't have directional microphone capabilities. Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But if you want someone to tail them, just saying, if you want.
We could. There's 3 people. We could both do that.
Tag team.
Tag team. Hey.
All right. As
Raw,
for
okay. Here's Raw's gonna tap on his mic, to Oho, the signal that he's going to tail someone, and you will watch as he gets up from where he is by the bar next to their table and kind of discreet follow. The ball's in your court if you want to join or not.
I'll probably do, but I think during this whole conversation, what Oho has been keeping an eye on is just to make sure that the environment inside this cantina, there's nothing else like suspicious in it. And then once these people exit, he probably was already ahead of you in the sense of like he was already making his way out when he saw the group getting ready to leave, so he doesn't leave behind them, but rather before them, since it's close to the door. And it'll be a matter then that it's like he's now keeping an eye on the outside of it too. So he will probably spot you once you exit. You will spot him somewhere, or you won't spot him, but you know that he's out there. but obviously up to you, Tarzan. If none of this is going to render anything of note, and you want to streamline it, I'm also okay with that.
You guys go ahead and make your individual stealth rolls. Let's see. Difficulty is going to be daunting with a challenge of 2. Challenge of 3, sorry.
Oh. Shit.
So 3 red, yep, 1 purple. Of course, Oho passes because he's
5 successes,
ridiculous.
9 advantages.
Not bad. It's not bad, roll.
You should be able to re-roll that
I still need
1 purple as a red.
Okay. Yeah, give me a sec.
I think you just edit, maybe.
I'll just re-roll 1 because I don't think my internet will hang out.
There you go.
Doesn't want to hang with me.
2 successes, 1 threat, 1 despair. So that's 1 success. Okay. Yeah, you guys. I'm gonna pocket that despair for now. You guys
Joy.
make your way outside the cantina as the rest of you remain inside. Cash spot as not Hondo, as Brella and Sathar make their way ahead of Rev to peer out the door before he makes his way out there, making sure the coast is clear, and then they draw their hoods up. Rev passes through, Zathar following in close behind, and Brella remains behind. Kind of. Initially, you think he's staring at you, but you quickly realize he's still assessing Hondo before he draws up his hood and makes his way out, tailing Rev. Soon after, you see Rawl make his way out in pursuit. And then it's just the rest of you left in the cantina with Hondo and his crew. So, that went over pretty well so far, don't you think?
That went as well as it could have gone.
So, these people on Belsavis must be pretty important, huh?
For the tasks that we need them for, yes.
And to be fair, them sitting there in a giant prison wall twiddling their thumbs means they can't do what they were born to do.
Yeah, it's a shame to have your talent squandered in a holding cell. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement. I would like to
You
help.
seem to be of a liberating mind recently.
It's an admirable quality to have. It reminds me of my friend from Lothal. He great kid. He brilliant, cunning warrior, sharp mind. But he helped liberate his people of Lothal from the Empire. Back during Back during the initial rise of the Empire.
Does this young warrior have a name?
Yes, his name was Ezra. Ezra Bridger. But, he tangled with a cunning warrior, a fellow Chiss, such as yourself. And unfortunately, we have not seen him for some time.
The minute, and if Oho is still in the bar at that moment, or be observant as he is, the minute Hondo says that, and anyone else can register this who's watching Kesh, you see his head just twitch, like literally like the quickest ever, like snap to attention.
Man's name was, what was it? Thrawn. His name was Thrawn. Cold, calculating man. But,
Guess it comes with the territory of my kind.
Yes, I do miss that kid, though. He had a certain spark about him. It was inspiring at times.
Was he killed?
I do not know. He just disappeared. Thrawn along with him. And he grabs his glass, just kind of swirls the liquid inside for a moment, and raises it up to the rest of you. To our long-lost friends, may they find peace.
May they find peace.
And with that, he takes a drink, slams the glass on the table. But that's enough of this wallowing. Let's get back to the celebration. We are in good company, and we should be carrying ourselves such as. That being said, I'm gonna go grab myself another drink. And he gets up from the table and runs up to the bar.
I think as he leaves, one of Ego's eyes just kind of twitches slightly, like he looks like he's maintaining a face where he's trying to fight a headache. You know, that could have gone a lot worse.
Oh, much worse. As Kesh actually then sits, because he's been standing the entire time, he actually sits for the first time.
Still upset at Brel, I see.
I wouldn't class it as upset. It's seeing him in a light that I thought I wouldn't see him.
Ego just kind of looks at you, waiting to see if you're going to continue or no.
Paranoid. But didn't think his paranoia would overpower his judgment.
Paranoia often runs parallel with a deep concern. Maybe one just overtook the other for a bit. It doesn't color him altogether, I don't think.
Not always, but when it comes to new potential allies or people he's known for a while, it always seems to be the first thing he goes to.
It's kept him alive so far, though.
It does. But it also leaves you open to be read like an open book, if you know the telltale signs.
I would be careful a bit yourself. I mean, I suppose it's just because I've known you for a little bit now, so even through the unreadable gist, I've been practicing with Oho, actually. The two of you, very good for building my skill set.
I'm not entirely sure if I should take that as a compliment or not.
You can take it any way you want to. I'm just saying, your actions often speak as well, even if you don't. And if I could tell that you had something going on with Brell, I'm sure other parties could as well.
Noted. And my thoughts and feelings towards Brell don't jeopardize the mission. Doesn't stop me from being a little bit output by the way that I have been treated. Particularly by my own squad, no less.
I mean, to be fair to them, they did find out you weren't being 100% above board.
None of them are 100% above board.
I suppose that's fair.
That entire movement, one that we have all been dragged into now, one that I've been ingrained in for the past few years. Instigators, anarchists, murderers, pirates, criminals, spies, agents. No one in that movement is 100% above board. Plus, it is my way and how I was trained that unless in certain circumstances, no one would have known. But I made a rash judgment call. A miscalculated risk. So.
It didn't turn out completely for the worse. You're with us, and aren't we swell?
I feel more flexible in this group. And that is a compliment. If you're that.
I wasn't fishing, but it's always nice to hear. I mean, I am in charge right now while Chav's away. You seem so grieved by that. Everything's gone fine so far.
To be fair, so long as you're the one in the spotlight and not me, I have no qualms.
And this will work out fine for us both.
Exactly. Now, I believe your drink may have started to... How do you say? Get lonely without another.
Would you like to join me? But the coladas, people give them a bad rap. But you know, as long as you drink it before it starts to curdle, it's really not bad.
That's what I was referring to, and I gestured to the cup as it looks like it's starting to curdle a bit.
Here, I'll get you one. You'll tell me what you think.
With that, our scene transitions from the table over to the cantina at large, where we find Hondo with his crew kind of creating a little gambling ring, makeshift gambling ring, or not makeshift, an impromptu gambling ring with some of the local cadets and Solstans, creating an a rambunctious environment that's not normally prevalent in this system. And from there, our scene will transition to the exterior, to where the two brothers find themselves currently on foot, pursuing Rev Garland and his entourage. But before we go any further than that, we'll be back in 5 minutes as we take our quick little intermission break. That being said, before we do go into that, let us take a quick moment to appraise you of our slate for the week. We do not have anything going on this Thursday, unfortunately, as we have had a cancellation for Tales of Varden. So we will not be showing Tales of Varden this week, unfortunately. And I believe we'll be on a temporary hold until otherwise notified. That being said, we will return next week with Star Wars Edge of the Empire, and I have been misinformed for the past couple of weeks that there is no Frontiers of Oberon until March, so we'll be on hold for that campaign as well. That being said, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 5. Hello and welcome back, all you wonderful Tubi Dicers. Let's re-immerse ourselves into the story as we pan to the thoroughfare of this subterranean city, or thoroughway of the subterranean city, as the two brothers currently find themselves tailing members of Oryx Squad Pathfinders alongside their commander, Rev Garland. With those checks, Rawl, you have no clue where your brother is at, or whether or not he followed you, or after your conveyance of intent. Getting tired of these notifications. I don't know how to turn them off. But you have your eyes set on Rev Garland and Major Brell and Sathar. They're currently heading east.
Do they?
Go ahead.
Are they staying together? And is there a detachment following with them as well?
They are currently staying in a tight formation, as Rev Garland's too important to be walking alone. However, to observe others' interested parties, go ahead and give me a cuteness regression setting, sorry. Give me a hard perception check.
Hard? Hell yeah. That's expected. I'm also using my macro goggles as well while I am tailing them. To if I'm observing my surroundings, I'll pull them down and look to see if anyone's out there with infrared, all that stuff that macro can do. Hopefully, RPG sessions will behave and let it just roll. Don't move out to the boonies of Oregon, people. It's very bad internet. Unless you got fiber. Hang on. I had to leave the Discord for it to load. Give me a second.
You're so sweet.
In the future. Got 3 successes.
Nice. Okay. You take a look around as you're tailing these 3. The city itself is a large, expansive subterranean city. It's very intricate designs and buildings, very industrialized, industrial focused. A lot of plasteel, a lot of transparent steel for windows, lifts and shuttles and acting as the primary source of transportation for this city. For the love of God, enough of these notifications.
Oh my god.
McAfee, I need to clear my need to update my security software. So there's no rooftops per se that people can perch up on. And as you're looking around, you quickly take notice of that. Elevated positions without being indoors is kind of hard to do. Being a subterranean city. So it kind of alleviates that fear of potential snipers being out on rooftops and whatnot. But it does make it harder to see if there's any other interested parties that are paying attention to movement throughout the city. So you utilize your goggles to help illuminate any potential observers. Here, enough with the claws. And with your check, you do spot one individual in a window who currently seems to be holding up some type of communication device in his or her hand. Their physique is indistinct as you're getting a faint thermal reading through the transparent steel glass. But they seem to be holding a device that in their left hand as they're observing the streets below. And this, although the silhouette is indistinct, their head movement seems to be in synchronicity of Rev Garland and his team's movement. You're not 100% certain, but you're fairly confident that this individual that you're spotting with your goggles is keeping tabs on Rev Garland. And as soon as he crosses the threshold of her his or her visual barrier, you see that they communicate something to the device before moving away from the transparent steel window.
Now, I'm a Thursian, a cousin of the Akani. We kind of have the same body gesture capabilities. Can I see lip movement?
Like I said, the only reason you were able to spot this individual was because of the thermal imagery. It does not give you distinct features in order to discern that type of information.
But I can see that they're communicating. Okay.
But
I'm gonna beep that. But I'm not gonna pursue it just yet. I mostly focused on the three before me and keeping track of where they're going. And if what ship they're gonna get on. If they're gonna get on a ship to get off world.
Enough.
Mainly, I'm looking to tail them to see if they have connections to Oho and Rawl's squad.
If they have connections to
just
them?
as recognize and see like if the ship is familiar, can I backlog a search through records and stuff to see if I can find if there's a connection to our old squad to see what happened to him.
I mean, you guys have talked to Major Brell before, and he has communicated that they know of Krill Squad, your former squad.
They don't know.
But he
But
hasn't
they
said
don't know where they are.
Right. He has no idea where they're at currently. So, in terms of this information, I'm trying to get where your
I'm
headspace
trying to
is
see
at.
if they have made any kind
It-
trying to see if they made any kind of contact
oh,
with them, and or
gotcha.
if he was lying to us and he
Gotcha.
knows something, because we haven't seen anything on the HoloNets or anything anywhere about them. So
Yeah.
trying to find some info.
Gotcha. Yeah.
To be fair, though, if it was our squad, there wouldn't be anything on the HoloNet.
Right, but he's like the closest thing Raw has right now. So, and he's curious as to why all of a sudden they're just kind of here. So,
Well, Brell and the others are here because they're the ones plotting, like meeting with us with a Honda to make sure that we do the rescue of the pilots. So that's why they left the base that we were in with them before, and now they're meeting with us here.
Right.
well, Raw's just trying to find out some more back info. This is me trying to just pick at Tarzan's brain for more lore, okay?
Gotcha. No, I see where your head's at. Yeah, you follow them back to their hangar. They appear to, they appear to not have any lodgings here in the city. They're just mainly standing by until they clearly have no intent in staying on this planet for a sustained amount of time. This is just strictly a meeting spot before relocating in preparation for the first phase of the mission. So it's just a matter of getting people face to face with one another. So as you make your way to their hangar bay, you do spot their ship. It's another discernible freighter. No identifiable markings, just a typical transport freighter for commercial. Used to be commercial, seems to be repurposed for the rebellion, as far as you're able to discern. But nothing really stands out about it. Was that?
All three board the
Yeah.
freighter?
Yeah. As they make their way into the hangar, you do see an additional security presence there. They do have more fighters in proximity in case things were to go down. They needed backup, but they seem to be expecting them when they arrive. Almost as if the person that you saw was potentially a spotter to let the rest of the team know that they were coming. But you would identify this ship as a Barlaw's class medium freighter. Nothing fancy, but just a typical freighter that could travel the galaxy without drawing too much attention to itself. Yeah, and in terms of any type of connection with your squad, just from observational standpoint, no. There's no identifiable markings to the ship or anything like that. You do see more of Oryx squad inside the hangar, and Elias, you spot him, and a couple new members, but other than that, that's about it. And you observe this for a moment before coming to the conclusion that they're not departing, but they appear to be waiting. And yeah, it's probably about that point when, correct me if I'm wrong, oh, you make your appearance out of the ether right next to Roll. You're muted, buddy.
I would say I would only join Raw after, if he's already like, if he's seen this thing and now he's moving back and walking back, maybe he will join next to him, but I don't know. I mean, he would be walking near him, but he's still keeping a distance because he doesn't know the space, and he's trying to keep the safety of. He's trying to just cover the bases because
Yeah.
of Hondo. Like currently, Ojo is just in an extra cautionary approach to things because of the fact that the Hondo seems very unreliable when it comes to like what will he do. So he's trying to keep himself as a potentially like factor that Hondo may not be able to fully calculate if he doesn't fully understand what I am.
Just keeping a trump card in your back pocket.
The Schrodinger's cat, if you will.
Yeah. So even if Raul decides to go back, etc., like he would still be walking at a distance. You wouldn't know where he is. He's communicating, maybe he's talking, under his hood and mask, but he's not revealing himself or
Yeah.
showing himself nearby anybody as of now.
Gotcha. Yeah, you guys would probably be making your way back by this point, seeing that there's no activity.
Yeah,
place.
Raw would probably just watch for like 20 minutes, seeing their whole procedure and seeing like, okay, yeah, this is similar procedure. Awesome. This is all in the up and up, and yeah, you'll just head back, making sure to not follow the same route back, but head back to the bar.
Gotcha. It takes some time. Once you guys return to the Spacefarer's bucket, you guys arrived around 10 a.m. planet side. Before Kesh, you get a contact from an encrypted chain, encrypted communications, letting you know that to meet at a specific hangar. Hangar piece P27 for the next phase, for preparation of the next phase. So you guys collect your things, gather Hondo and his crew, and make your way towards the spaceport to meet at this designated point. Which, there we go. Is it Wedge Intelligence? Phantom Squad. I need Phantom Squad. There we go. Okay. There, you'll see as you enter into the hangar, Rev Garland and his entourage, Major Brell, Sathar Oleus, and two new members, two human males. Appear to be brothers with similar facial features, but Brell standing close by Rev Garland, and the crew, ARC squad spots you making your way in. Rev kind of raises his arm and gestures you guys over closer as a ship begins to finalize its docking process and lands it in the hangar bay, or in the hangar, and deploys its gangplank. Oh, you arrived just in time. My friend here has just arrived. And as he says that, another human male begins to descend the gangplank. This is for everyone. There we go. Human male, young features, black hair, just kept clean and short. He's wearing a orange jumpsuit and a flight suit, if you will. Well maintained and polished. Corellian man. Stands about 1.7 to 1.8 meters tall. I forget how tall that is in feet. But brown hair with hazel eyes, light skin. As he approaches, Rev continues. For this, I would like you to meet Wedge Antilles, one of the commanders, the commanding officer of Phantom Squadron. And Wedge Antilles hastens his pace as he approaches and extends his hand out to everyone. Hi, Captain Wedge Antilles, or Commander now. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintances. I hear you guys are going to be the ones helping me get my squadron back.
If we are able to, Commander.
Well, that's good to hear. So, we gonna do this here, or we have someplace more suitable in mind? Yes, let's discuss this further on our ship. And Rev takes the crew and across the hangar, or across the spaceport to where his hangar was. Raw, you already identify this hangar as the same one that you spotted before. You guys all board this ship, this Barlos class freighter, and make your way to the common area where the galaxy or the holo terminal is, where Rev Garland pulls up a galaxy map of Belsavis. So, Commander Antilles, our acquaintance here, Hondo Onaka, I'm sure you've heard of his exploits, will be responsible for getting us through the back door on Belsavis, helping us avoid Imperial detection. Yeah, that's I heard. That's quite impressive, Hondo. By the way, I just wanted to express my gratitude that you were committing your resources into helping us get back Phantom Squadron. Yes, I appreciate all that you've done for me so far with liberating the slaves that were being transported through my company. I was not looking to besmirch my company's reputation with slave trade, if you will. So, I thank you for your contribution in liberating those people. And Rev kind of speaks up. Well, that gratitude should be solely directed to this fine crew that helped with that mission. We merely pointed them in your direction. Yes, they've been quite helpful. In fact, some of them are, I would dare to say, be great friends of mine in the near future. So, this back door will take us directly to the planet's surface and get us in striking distance of the prison that currently holds Phantom Squadron. Is this the translator? Yes, it is. And my internet's crashing on me. Hold on. Sorry, guys. There we go. The prison in question is Grec 17. It's a prison located on the surface of the planet. Luckily for us, as there are many untold prisons beneath the planet's surface. So the fact that pilots are on the surface is we can count it as luck on our side. It'll make this mission that much easier to pull off. Grec 17 is a mid-security prison meant to house prisoners of war that aren't deemed as high risk prisoners. Security will be standard, but we're looking to not disrupt security as much as possible and infiltrate the prison and extract Phantom Squadron before they can even react. As Belsavis has considerable security assets on the planet's surface, we won't have much time if our infiltration is detected to obtain Phantom Squad and get off the planet before interception. So, that is where you come in, Hondo. If you can get us to the planet's surface without setting off the security measures in any way, we'll leave infiltration to the crew of Core Atlas, as they have proven themselves to be adept in infiltration, and they'll be in the company of one of our Kesh, who is trained with ARC Squad's Pathfinders and the art of infiltration. So, the next matter of discussion is obtaining a security readout of the prison facility itself, identifying weak spots, and planning our infiltration route. For that, we're going to need to call on some assets, or find a way to obtain these blueprints of this prison. The Empire has to have some kind of records on file for this prison in order to keep track of the denizens inside. So we need someone with the skill to slice into Imperial networks and obtain this information. That'll help make our mission that much easier. Does anyone have anybody in mind?
Yes, just slowly, like, his mask isn't moving, but his eyes are darting over to Roll. Because he's wearing his helmet.
Roll's
so he's
eyes
still
are already.
Yeah.
Roll's eyes are already glazed over. You can see like sparks of light behind his eyes as he's already trying to do searches on the HoloNet of the prison, find anything, anywhere, doing all the black market deal, like backdoor stuff, all that stuff, trying to get in there. I rolled 4 success, 1 advantage. What difficulty do you want me to roll?
This is you did computers.
Yeah, because I'm using my big Sparky brain computer.
Fair enough. Belsavis, let's see. What section? Belsavis is Outer rim. Yep, outer rim. Okay.
I can also do an outer rim check.
Yeah, you can utilize with the help of your computers, ranks and computers. Give me an outer rim check.
What difficulty?
This is going to be a hard difficulty with a challenge of 2. You're slicing into imperial databases as well as well, if you're doing black market stuff, then that's going to be underworld. But
it's the same either way.
So if you're going to do black market, it's underworld. I would say that would lower the difficulty. Still, you can use your ranks and computers to supplement it. We'll call that average difficulty with a challenge of 2. So 2
Okay.
So 2 red die.
Oh, okay. Got you. Roll it.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, I did it.
You could all. How many ranks of computers do you have?
It's still loading. I have 4, but 3 proficiency.
Proficiency. You can roll those first. Well, you already rolled pretty well as is. You can leave it at like that, or you can risk.
I mean,
2 of your 3, or you can risk 3 of your successes for a reroll to potentially generate more.
I'll re-roll the first one because it's a blank one.
Okay, that's fine. So that would be a yellow proficiency die.
It's just, hang on. I try to do it the fancy way because RPG Sessions upgraded again. There's so many things you could do with the dice, but it wouldn't let me load. So let me just go back to the dice tray.
No worries.
At some point, they're putting fiber out here, and I'll have blazing fast speeds. But until then,
let's see.
now it doesn't want to roll a single die. Do you want to roll a single die for me?
I got you.
So we can just move this along.
No worries.
Okay.
There it
I'll
goes.
just
2 additional
abide by
successes.
whatever yours says.
So 4 successes, 1 advantage. Yeah, you fly through the black market channels. Find old archived data on some of the prisons on the surface of Belsadas. Once you locate these archives, you condense your search to find a match to this individual prison by the what was it? Grec 17. Let me write that down in my notes so I don't forget. Grec 17. And it takes you, with those 4 successes, it doesn't even take you more. As that information was pulled up, you were already hard at work. And as Rev makes the statement, do you have anybody in particular in mind that would potentially be able to find this information?
Raw eyes come back into focus. Looks at Kesh. Looks at Rel. Pulls up his armband and fires up his little datapad hologram wristband, and just showing just all of what he has found. Just to go through this fast, everything you said, and just get the whole rundown.
Okay. Rev looks at you with a very impressed smirk on his face. Was not expecting somebody to work that fast, but is thankful all the same. Well, that eliminates the need for external assistance. So that's
You signed on with Core Atlas. This is the money that this is what you get. This is what you pay for.
If we had the money to spend, it was money well spent. Great work. That being said, we now have a detailed blueprint of what we are looking at. We can spend this time researching the information we now have to identify weak spots in the security network and exploit them. Hondo, this will...
Can I do my one roll per session to do my schematics to see if I can identify those weak spots from what I pulled up?
Let her rip, dog. You have these skills for a reason. Let's do it.
Can you actually roll it for me so we can move this along?
What is it?
It is known schematic. Perform the known schematic. Make a hard knowledge education check.
Hard knowledge education. Okay. Damn, you gotta get some ranks in this fucking skill.
I know we don't typically do it this way, so he's also using his sense skill on site to observe, so that's why it's not leveled up.
All right, so hard education skill check. All right, here it comes.
Zoom.
Damn. 3 successes, 1 threat. All right. I'd say with the amount of work you're putting in, your CPU kind of starts to overheat a little bit. So you'll take 1 point of strain. Easily recovered, not a big deal.
I have so much strength to spare.
Yeah. For those observing on the outside, Raul begins to perspire a bit as his brain goes into overdrive, coordinating the information that he's seeing on display from this blueprint to articulating weak points in the structures, security networks, and whatnot. He's just sweating as he's thinking. Exercising his brain, if you will. And after a few moments, Raul's focus comes back into the immediate surroundings. And Raul, you were able to pick up at least 15 blind spots that you can exploit. A security door on the 2 security doors on the northeastern wall that you could use as an infiltration point with a rather difficult fabrication of a security chain code that you could make for yourself if need be, or have somebody with more skill pull it off. But there's 2 entry points that have the most blind spots in the security that you guys can exploit that will get you into the general population of the prison. So
I think I'm gonna leave it up to Dove and like loop her in on this and see if she wants to get the chain codes.
Okay.
But Raw's just gonna focus on the physical access points that the team needs to enter?
Um,
What would be the best? Would it be above or below?
Right. But what really stands out the most as the biggest concerns for this mission is the security deterrence in place. They do have anti-aircraft guns. They have several automated turrets that are poised throughout the interior of the prison to maintain order. However, these turrets seem to be primarily stunning. They seem to be primarily using stunning ammunition as a means to contain, as opposed to lethal ammunition. But there are several junctures within the facility that have at least 2 to 6 turrets at any given moment. So disabling the security.
Do I have to do another computer's check to see where I can find all the central power spots for those turrets and the base itself, even?
With your known schematic, you'd be able to identify this, no problem. This is merely me running through your ability to identify all these integral points in this facility. That being said, a security system of this measure requires an immense amount of power, especially for automated turrets. So identifying generators would be the next priority in your list. You find 6 different generators that will power small groups of these turrets. They all operate off of a singular power grid, but however, in order to maintain its effectiveness, they have to be individually powered by a generator. So you get a sense that the security identification process to identify whether or not these are prisoners or wardens, essentially, they keep that visual system independent of the overall operations of the turrets. So taking out those generators would help potentially either leave you... Actually, go ahead and give me a computer's check. Average difficulty.
Sure. Hey, man. You're gonna have to roll it for me.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Average difficulty. We'll say this is challenge of 1. No successes, 4 advantages. You guys do have a triumph in your pocket if you get, or 2, if you wanted to cash that in.
You can use my triumph.
All right.
Team. Cool.
Identifying these generators and taking them out. The risk was if you take out the system that identifies prisoner from warden, could potentially leave you all up for the risk of being identified as prisoners and targeted. However, the primary default is everyone is a warden until otherwise designated. So taking out these generators would leave the entire facility up for interpretation as wardens. So you would eliminate the risk of being hailed by turret fire if you take out these 6 generators in your route to the prisoners or Phantom Squadron and rescue them.
My next question.
Yes.
What's this? We just got paid. What's the square footage of this facility, and what type of EMP bomb would I have to go buy to encompass this whole place? I will just strap an EMP bomb on my brother's back and say, "Go get him, Fido," and he will just go all up in there and just wreck the place, and then we just scoop in and grab him, and we're done.
Well, I guess
That's how I see it.
the question would be, how far apart are these generators from each other, and also what type of cells they have? Because if it's like a energy barrier kind of cell where like it's literally just like energy, the EMP is great because that means that pretty much any door is basically gone because it requires energy to sustain it. But if it's like a physical like metal barriers or any sort of like fully structured like that, taking down the EMP, we would need to do it after we take the people out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get them out either if everything is shut down.
Yeah.
That's where Rawl's handy dandy grenades come in, and we just blow the door off the hinges.
Fair enough.
Do we know how big those are? Like are the cells big enough that they can move away from the door far enough so they don't get in the blast?
Easy. Every cell is approximately 96 square feet, 12 by 8 feet.
I mean, there's always the lightsabers.
There is always lightsabers.
I have this perk still going, so do I know that like how these cells were built?
These are
Can I
really these are really old prisons facilities. However, surprisingly enough, they do utilize energy barrier doors as a means to entrap prisoners in their cells, or contain prisoners in their cells. So, yeah, it's from your estimate, there's about 1,000 bed units that this prison can hold, each containing 12 by 8 feet, so 96 square feet cells. We're looking at 9,000 of that. 96 times 1,000. We'll go with that. That sounds good. Give or take the general administration area, break rooms, recreational rooms, so on and so forth. So you're looking at approximately, you're looking at approximately, at minimum, 96,000 square feet that you're going to have to navigate.
Okay. My
So
last question with my last question with my various roles. Is it possible to find like a kind of handbook or some kind of protocol logbook online of how they keep their prisoners there? I.e., do they implant them with any kind of nefarious things in their bodies to keep them from escaping, like i.e. cortex bomb or some such?
I mean, for the prison itself, no. That's going to be self-contained. However, imperial practice, especially for prisoners of war, the empire itself holds an image of fair practice. So they, above board, do not use slave collars or anything like that. So there is a risk that this being
have to worry.
There is a risk that it being a prison planet, that they could utilize other means of containment, due to it being not a front-facing Coruscant prison, where people would be able to
Oh,
observe
you mean I
that
don't
type
have to charm the pants off of someone again? Oh,
of.
So,
There's a risk,
so
but
at minimum, at minimum, someone needs to maybe not get them out, but at least have eyes on the prisoners before implementing EMP, just to make sure that they don't have things. That's what
Yeah.
I'm summing up.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
guessing.
Also, it's a matter of like EMP's range of a portable EMP probably doesn't have that much range.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. How big can I go? I don't know. That's why the
Yeah, no,
original
I
question
mean,
was.
you can find them, but like realistically speaking, if you want an EMP to take down a big range, the EMP needs to be bigger, which means that the EMP is not portable. Like an EMP, it's like an EMP that you can hold with your hand probably has the equivalent of like a flashbang grenade, or maybe a little longer than that, because it's like the electricity of it. I don't know what Tarzan had, but it's like we would need, like, if it's 6 sections, I think we would basically need either manually detonated or timed, like, EMPs that we can place on each one of these things to get them to just like blow off.
Correct. Which
But then
is
that
a
also
task
brings
for
it-
the brothers to set.
Yeah. That's also the question of, even you have to get to each one individually, set it up in strategic places that it can go off. Then you are then on the clock, because then it goes, either the generators will turn back on or backup generators will turn on to take over temporarily, while engineers go and mechanics go to figure out what's going on, or everything just goes on alert because a giant EMP blast just went off, which prisoners and wardens don't have access to. So
Yeah.
And to
If there is-
clarify,
jury rigged trait will be fine.
just to clarify as well, before we keep talking about this, Tarzan, the goal, the objective, obviously the release of these pilots, but is the goal to attempt to do it without raising any suspicion at all, like no engagement whatsoever?
Hondo's ideal situation is no contact, just get in, get out, do not risk my business partner kind of deal. Rev
Okay.
Garland, you probably get a sense that maintaining Hondo's business dealings is not a priority. The safety of these pilots is. And the acquisition of these pilots is the top priority.
And so
But-
currently,
On top of that,
yeah, go ahead.
you also have to factor into the fact that the planet has security measures on top of that in place with anti-air defenses, as well as quick reaction forces that would potentially intercept you before you could even escape the planet. So,
and not to mention, there would be a detachment of Imperial forces in atmosphere, as well as, besides the detachment on the ground, there'd also probably be orbital platforms, a space station of gargantuan proportion that is a grid system.
yeah.
Not to mention, there would be a fleet on call, just. And with everything that happened with Farlene, that's added to the difficulty. So the Empire might be like, well, if that's happening, put everything on alert, and especially put Belsavis on alert.
The most notable risk for you guys right now is the fact that Nothwin is in the same sector as Belsavis. So Tazen's forces are nearby.
Oh, noted. So from what I'm getting about all of this, one of the things that I think, technically speaking, already the plan has mentioned having 2 groups coming in. I think that one thing that we have to try to plan for is one of those transports to become a decoy on the way out. So the question is, with the current access that Raul has, or with the contact of the person that Hondo has provided, how much access do we have to the cycle of transports coming in and out?
Prisoner transports that are scheduled to arrive.
Correct.
Supply transports to keep the
Supply
prisoners.
transport, prisoner transports or supply. Prisoners, I guess in a way would be more useful, but it doesn't matter because it's just the whole. What I'm thinking is, we need to have either a droid or some sort of programming in one of the ships for the ship to basically come across as the ship that is trying to get away. So we need that shipped so that if the anti-aircraft is engaged and the alarms are set, we need to keep basically the cool. We need to be like, we're part of the transport schedule. And then if a ship goes off the pattern, that's the ship that is targeted.
Interesting.
Reaper's first official mission.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna send your droid on a suicide mission? That's fucked up.
He's got plenty. We know which one we're sending.
No, nah. I won't send Reaper. Reaper don't deserve that one. I will. Could a security droid, the spider thing, could it pilot a ship?
No, that doesn't have the capabilities for that.
Okay.
How much time do we have till we do the mission?
That's up to you guys. This is the next phase before driving off to the planet and starting the mission. So
technically speaking, we could take time for Rawl to repurpose a droid carcass for piloting purposes.
I could.
Yes.
Also, keep in mind we are on a clock. With fucking
because there's a blood debt that's been placed to take the head of the one that killed.
You're already down 1 month.
Yeah, and there was like what?
The clock, the IRS.
Yeah.
You're down
destruction
a month.
Destruction could
the
work.
IRS is gonna come for our ass.
Yeah, there could be a way to implement. It could be a way to implement a prison riot at the same time as the extract, as a smokescreen, but that would have to be planet-wide in order for something like that to happen. Like, it would have to be a pretty monumental riot to stretch the wardens and the enforcers so thin that we can do the decoy.
You want to EMP the entire planet?
I don't
If
think
we
we
could.
can. I don't think we can. There's
I don't
no
think we
way.
have credits for
If
that.
there was a whole planet EMP in Star Wars, there would be no Star Wars. There'd be no wars. They would just be stars.
Yeah.
You'd be a bunch of people just launching EMPs at each other the whole fucking time.
Yeah, let me know when if you can build a Death Star fast enough to.
That's what they should have done. Instead of building a laser to destroy, just a huge EMP on the Death Star, turning every machinery down on every planet. It would have won.
Or a pacification beam that creates a giant energy grid around a planet, so nothing can get in or out.
So because I'm trying to be efficient about this, and also like Tarzan, do let us know if we're like hot or cold. If there's anything that we're saying that you're like, that's not going to happen, I can't allow that, or anything.
The EMP thing is definitely a little bit of a reach for sure.
Yeah. So the way that I see it, I think the decoy idea, at least for the getaway section, I think that seems like a good like cover, because at least if shit's still shooting at something, might as well not shoot at the thing that we're on. Then because of these turrets and these things being connected to 6 different things, I don't know what the trajectory is, because if these 6 things are like along the way where we need to go, how convenient. But if it's not the case, it's like, what are we doing? Are we trying to move through the entire fucking prison to try to get to all 6 of these things and then try to get out? Not to mention the fact that it's like, again, like secondary power. So if we can take down first and secondary power, which at that point that's a red flag, alarm, alert, call people like shit's going down in a prison planet. So,
Well,
and you, how many? These are
my-
10 people,
my
10
thought
pilots.
wasn't-
The squad. It's
Yeah.
squadron of 15, I think. Hold on, let me double check.
Squadron of 15.
Wedge until
That's a big. That's a
See,
big
my
big
thought
squadron.
was the EMP was just for the prison itself, not for all of this generators, for all the guns. Fuck the guns. Chav can outmaneuver all the guns. We don't need that.
The guns are
Talking
at the
about
interior.
to release the prisoners.
The guns are on the interior. That's used as pacification for the prisoners.
So we just need EMP for that section, for where we reach the wall. We could blow a hole in the wall. Like it can be that quick. Depends on how much anonymity you want to have here. That would be the question Raw would pose to General Bro and all of that. And Hondo, I guess, too.
You said that it's 15 people?
Let me confirm. Yeah, just 15 for now. He's still building up Phantom Squadron. So yeah, 15 pilots that are needed for the reformation of Phantom Squadron to take
Want
down
some more people.
Oh yeah, that's eventually, but that I'm looking at the lore of Phantom Squadron. Eventually, it gets bigger than just the
Noted.
15. So yeah,
Okay.
15 people need to be saved.
Based on the stuff that Raul just did, were we able to figure out what the distribution of them within the prison is?
You, without being on the planet's surface, you're not going to know where these pilots are being kept. You got to, or without some type of
Just basic
internal
knowledge
recon
of
y-
the
of-
place.
yeah.
Technically
Understanding-
speaking, I can use my seek ability and get a vague direction of where they are.
That would help. That would help streamline your infiltration for sure if you guys don't find that information prior to arriving.
Yeah, so it seems to me, considering that this is a prison planet, this is a planet that was built and designed to make sure that people don't get out.
Right.
So it seems to me that what we may need to think of is similar to kind of like what Kesh was saying about like a riot or something that is a diversion that gets the attention while other shit's going down. I think if we just focus on the extraction without anything else happening in this place, I think there's just like the focus is just going to be too much on us.
To be
Especially
fair,
if-
a twofold decoy that would domino. So one of them is the riot, followed by someone haywiring the prison turrets to, if someone could get in and out without being detected, to target the wardens only. So it doesn't target the prisoners, it targets the wardens.
Reverse programming. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so that way, while the riot is happening, it makes them think
You're right.
that a prisoner has gotten into the system, not someone's getting prisoners out.
Interesting.
It's a way to go. It's a
Job
smoke
for
screen on top of a smoke screen that leads into what Oho said of the decoy in when we escape.
Okay, so
Because then it gives
here's
us
the-
time.
here's a thought.
Moth Oho.
I thought about it. I don't know if we can pull that twice.
Well,
thought
here's
about
the thing. Instead of a stormtrooper, we do have repaired Death Trooper armor.
Yes, we do.
I'm just
But
saying.
the alternative is to help with the riot too. And this could be something that both Raul and Oho can do, or one of us can do, which is we deliver ourselves as prisoners. And once we are behind bars, we, with our Night Sister abilities, can summon weapons to our hand. So I could literally summon my lightsaber from inside a cell and break through and just let the people that are inside go ahead.
Interesting
How much
tactic.
time?
Because,
How
well,
much time did you
Yeah.
want? Sorry,
you would
go ahead.
need, well, to do that, you would need at least 24 to 48 hours to set that up, set, like, the knowledge of this is what's going to happen, and then as the riot breaks, no more than 5 minutes later, someone needs to do reverse hacking into the system
Well,
to potentially, if
all of
we're
this-
going that way.
That's why I was asking about the scheduling, because we basically would everything would be timed. So like
Yeah.
if I am coming in as like a quote unquote prisoner, we schedule it so that I'm coming in a transport where that's basically going to be in while
Hondo
you
and
guys are
infiltration
coming in.
team.
Right, infiltration team is coming. I'm coming in the transport as this guy needs to be checked in. I'm like, no weapons, nothing. I'm like just a dude. Put me in a cell wherever it needs to be. I'm keeping an eye and like taking taps on everything. And then you guys are coming in on a secondary transport. And so we can like that's the way that we would
Yeah.
like time it.
And with Hondo's contact with the warden in that specific sector, he could grease the pockets and go, these two prisoners need to be in this exact grid. They cannot
Correct.
go anywhere else.
If we can use Hondo's contact to get us where we are close to the team that we need to rescue, that also makes it easier.
Interesting.
And if they're doing that, Kesh, Dove, Ego, and maybe 2 others in Oryx Squad could go and do the reverse haywire of the turrets to target the wardens, so when the riot goes off, literally within 2.5, 5 minutes after that, all the turrets turn on the wardens and the enforcers.
Yeah. There's a part of me that is like, Raw and I can do it. But here's the thing, Raw has now become part of our tech team as well. So if Raw does it, I doubt that they're going to let him keep his computer on.
Those implants are getting impounded for sure.
Right. So like that's my concern about him is his implant of his brain is going to get taken, and then we're losing a huge asset.
Or at least deactivated at the very least.
At least deactivated. And so
well,
then
why don't Oho and
That's fine.
Ego go in as prisoners? Ego is a very persuasive individual and can convince other prisoners to go in the riot.
technically speaking, Ego literally cannot be shot for a time. So it could. The only risk with Ego is if Ego goes in with me, if we are not in the same cell, I need to get them out. If Raul and I went, we can both have our we can literally summon our things. I mean, Ego can just be like, "Can you open the door?"
I can convince somebody to let me out. It's fine.
That's what I mean. It's like for that particular
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for them.
well, that subterfuge style strategy does play well into everyone's strengths, and like every plan, there's a lot of ways this could go wrong. But this is it's we can't do anything in complete subtlety. It has to be a bold enough plan for it to work. And
well,
that's
I think the part that we need to also consider beyond all of this is how do we move 15 people through the prison without being like suspicious. Now, there's a few ideas that I have because they're scheduling. Tarzan said asking for scheduling of prisoners, and he said also of like cargo, like shipments of whatever it is. So technically speaking, we could attempt, if we have the resources, to either with the shipment of prisoners or with the shipment of the resources for the location, to have containers
Mm.
Basically, do the typical like the bin of the laundry. Put someone inside, throw a bunch of like sheets on top of them, and like roll them out. The equivalent of that.
Prison.
Yeah.
Rush
Or
And-
escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah. And the
Rush
one
hour.
thing that if Ego were to be one joining Ojo with this, what Ego can actually be good at is starting the riot.
That's what I was thinking, because Ego, you're an extremely persuasive person, and you could definitely rile up enough people with enough talking to just start a grid-wide riot.
Hell, it could be all three of us go in there and we have shenanigans happen, because even though my computer brain may or may not be shut down, I can reboot it.
I would say Kesh will have to do the infiltration. We'll have to. Yeah.
Unless you have a
Oof.
surge protector.
That's why I was gonna ask before we started discussing this. How much time do we have before we implement this mission?
I mean, how much time you want to commit? You're on a fucking timer. It's gonna you're putting a surge protector inside your body, which is gonna take some fucking surgery again. You want to take on a mission while recovering from surgery once again?
No.
Did it once before and we turned out fine.
Not on a prison planet, you didn't.
Did we?
The fucking Devron, fucking Stillbolt.
Even
He was on the surgery
if
table.
He can't use his. Even if he can't use his brain, he still has his skills. He can just hack a computer that's there.
Yeah.
So
We'll just have
Yeah,
one less,
it's just like riding a bike. You'll just be a little bit rusty with it, but you'll be completely fine.
it's like, instead of like swimming in molasses, you're swimming in concrete. It's just fine. It'll be fine.
People don't swim in concrete.
You do if you're a street shark.
Yeah, true. But
90s cartoon
That's not
reference.
helpful.
when it comes to that smoke screen, that can work. That is a very, very strong misdirect. Extremely strong misdirect. That leaves Dove, Kesh, and Uruk Squad, if Uruk Squad is going in, to go through the Hondo like trafficking to then secure prison transports and empty cargo containers that get dropped off. To basically then rendezvous in one location, get Phantom Squad into the containers big enough to hold them, make sure they can breathe, get them on the transports, have the droid that we bring with us, who's hotwired to pilot another ship, take off. And then, as Oho said, have the one with the droid break from perimeter and just afterburners at full throttle to make it seem like that they're trying to do an escape.
I mean, we had the cargo containers that contained said previous cargo that had like the air supply and all of that. So if Chav just brought one of those back, it would be already like a thing that we have. We wouldn't have to try.
He
and
already
source
has
it.
the retrofitted hangar bay which functions like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. We have all the items, and much like Rebels, it's improvising, DIYing it, and doing the unorthodox and the unnecessarily complicated, and yet it's simple.
I mean, alternatively, also one of the things that we could do, like Oho could be sent in advance, and like see if I can actually find a way, like using a day or two, to actually figure out the routines. So like if we manage to use Hondo's contact so that I am in the same sector as the pilots, and I can get to be like, okay, what is their morning routine? What time do they have lunch? Where is lunch? What type of labor do they do, and where do they do the labor for what? Like, is it laundry? Is it construction? Is it mining? Is it any of these things? Like getting a sense of all of these things to potentially figure out a way to like trying to find, like figure out a way to get a better sense of the schedule. You know, if the Hondo contact can give that to us, then amazing, we don't have to do this. It depends on whether that's something that we are allowed to get as the party. If not, then we have to go get it. Like technically it could be useful, it could give us an extra like chance, because then I could exchange communications with Honda's contact.
Well, funny you should mention that, because I have the informant feature. So I can make sure that you actually have somebody, reveal a contact who can shed light on a chosen subject. So I can provide, so Kesh can provide you with, because he did have a contact with the Crimson Dawn who have people in the prison. Kesh could push that informant towards Oho, so he actually has someone within that grid.
I would say
If you want to go that route.
I would say for the audience, this is a large-scale back and forth between Hondo, Rev Garland, the crew of Core Atlas. They're all coming up with these formulaic ideas of how to approach this topic, and with that, Rev does speak up in this moment. I would also like to point out that these wardens are imperial. We would not want to play our hand too far forward, revealing our interest in the pilots could jeopardize the mission overall. So, the less that this warden that Hondo has on the take, the better.
So definitely
it's more than just those prisoners. A whole prison break.
That's why we don't reveal our hand. We let the prisoners do what they do best. Agitate. Instigate.
An attempt of prison break, it means that we may force the hand of the prison planet as well. So we must be ready to accept the losses. I do not think that a prison planet would accept, especially a warden of a prison planet, would accept to be known as a prison planet where their populace managed to escape.
It is a risk. Potential for life lost is substantial.
So is every single mission that we do.
Indeed.
The risk and potential loss of life is always, even now, especially now, high. And if a prison, no matter what we do, it's going to be very blatantly obvious where we're going next. Whether we succeed or fail.
I think a hand that is best to be played is by moving with the utmost discretion as possible. We are within immediate striking distance of several Imperial assets. Any preemptive alert to our activities could prove disastrous and may ultimately result in our failure.
I would also like to note that even if we do succeed with our tasks and when everything is set to perfection, if we don't erase the fact that they're even there to begin with, they're going to know they're missing.
Indeed.
When they do their checks
So
with the prisoners. So
we need someone to make their way into the command center of this prison and facilitate the erasure of that information.
Well, I look at Oho. The ones who are good at infiltrating can do that quite easily. Since we already have schematics, it'd be easy to find the way in and out with minimal to none detection.
Hondo, do you have any means of procuring security spikes that will help in penetrating Imperial firewalls and erasing specific information? We have a few connections that we could potentially call upon. Security spikes, they're fairly easy, and depending on quality, affordable in some aspects. So, let me make a few calls, get a few people on the line, and see about getting you guys a couple of spikes to help facilitate that aspect. If you can manage to prevent your presence from being discovered on the planet, that will help my contact with plausible deniability and keep my revenue streams supplied.
Which is why we're discussing all this at length, Ardo. There's a lot of variables, a lot of things riding on this. Not to mention all the other sections of the Rebellion Alliance.
I'd also like to point out, not everyone that is imprisoned by the Empire is what you say criminal. Some people happen to be bystanders. So the risk of innocent life lost on Belsavis should be something to be considered.
Can your contact in Belsavis facilitate for us to find, perhaps, some guard outfits on our way in?
I can see what I can do.
Also, just saying, worst comes to us, if we don't find any viable options, having a Moth and a Death Trooper show up would also be an option. But then, it's a con that worked on the space station. But then, I'm also thinking it from the outset. It's Plan C for crazy, because one Moth shows up at the Faline nearby fuel depot and that thing blew up, and then another Moth shows up and prisoners escape. So there's got to be... Plus, it doesn't utilize the strengths of two infiltrators. There's a lot. There's a lot to consider here.
To protect your anonymity, I would say save the trooper armor for if you need to help break us out. Until then, I don't think utilizing that trump card yet would be the best course of action here.
The way that I see it, we need to study the schematics well. I do not think that we will be beneficial when we are on our way out unless we find a way to use something to conceal them, to have all prisoners try to move in the same direction, in the same route. 15 people moving in the same direction in a prison, especially a direction that leads to an exit, it's too suspicious, too many people to conceal or guide. If we can find a way through the schematics. You said that there were 2 weak spots, right, of entry?
Yeah.
15.
2 doors on the northeast sector of the prison that could facilitate an entry point.
So, perhaps our best bet is to plan more than one route. Move the groups perhaps in 2 at least. If that way, if one of the groups is found, and I know that you don't want to think of this, but it's a matter of whether you want all, some, or none to get out.
I may have a tertiary option as a viable potential. Some of these prisons tend to be connected by an intricate series of subterranean tunnels, which will lead to other prisons and whatnot, but could also lead to other uninhabited sectors of the planet. You could go underground, I'm just saying, and meet up at a pickup spot at a designated sector of the planet to await retrieval. But you run the risk of encountering the local populace or wildlife.
So we would need at
Raw
least
already.
Yeah.
Raw's already searching the wildlife that is in the area. How big? What kind we talking?
Is it going to be the same as the giant jungle cats that Roll went for a ride with for a little bit way back when?
Rancor. I want to pet the Rancor.
I'm not going out like Boba Fett. All right, I refuse.
Oh my God! Do you imagine if? Please tell me there are mud horns in this place.
Please, yeah.
I'm glad you guys asked. As you're looking up the planet's flora and fauna, you'll pick up, most notably, Bespore gliders, glow bugs, hoverbirds, kintan crushers, muklas, phosphor bugs, and watch critters. Kintan crushers are monstrous creatures, hulking in build, large craniums with a hard hide, powerfully built creatures from the planet of Kintan. These are imported creatures related to semi-sentient striders.
Bro, these things are basically Rancors.
Basically. But they're tougher.
Sentient?
They're tougher.
Tougher. Okay.
Built to
And
pound
you want
and
us to
bash.
go underground?
Their legs are short and stocky. Their upper body and arms were immense and helped propel their meaty fists in combat. They became savage opponents in battle, slapping, stomping, and bashing foes, and even causing minor ground quakes. Crushers varied in size from slightly taller than an adult human to truly gargantuan proportions. Kintan crushers.
You're funny, Tarzan. You're so funny. You're so funny.
As if Roll is relaying this, Cash just looks at Hondo, just like literally going, the tertiary option, huh?
You get the famous Han Solo shrug.
Just, what do you want from me? I gave you an option.
I guess if that option were to be taken, whether on purpose or by emergency, we do know a extraction pilot, so we could have them on payroll.
Yes.
That I think that is like in case of emergency escape route. Like that is an escape route.
Because here's the thing that I want to do. Because the thing is, like, with all of these plans, we have a lot of plans, but what I want to try to do is I want to try to take advantage of using Tarzan and the fact that Raul got the schematics to get a clear vision of some of the important, like, landmarks and spots on these things. So we know that on the northeast side there are 2 doors or weak spots for potential entry. So my question is, where do they lead outside? Like, this potential entry is like whereabouts in the planet? Like, what's on the outside of this entry point?
So, because this is a giant prison planet, there are no exterior fencing. It's just out in the open.
Like space?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
It leads to other prison facilities, as well as mining sites that they use to excavate what's it called? Artifacts and whatnot. The last thing that stands out the most as part of the local wildlife of Belsavis is a species that has little known information about it, but they are cataloged as the Eshka. All that's detailed.
Cataloged?
They're cataloged as the Eshka, and all that's known is that they are highly aggressive, and
Yeah, no.
that's it. There's no more information about them.
What is the relationship of the Eshka
Oh.
with the people in the prison?
Hostile. I imagine not great.
They just take out the patrol every so often, I guess.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Like, are they
Got it.
just kind of like have them accepted the fact that this prison is there, and so they just kind of like deal with it, or are they constantly like, if you get out of your line, we'll fuck you up?
Not much is known. Like I said, there's a very like offhand accounting of the Eshka being present on this planet.
Okay.
Other than that, there is no mentioning of current events of dealing with the Eshka.
Okay, so here are the
They're
things that I'm
rare.
asking and why I'm asking.
Mhm.
Because of the fact that this is a prison planet, so basically, like, technically speaking, there is no like outside, or it's like the edge of the planet, right? Like, it's almost like atmospherically, like there's not really like a big atmosphere. It's kind of like this is the wall, and then a few inches away is space.
Yeah.
Am I correct to think that?
It's a little more spacious than that. There's canyons, forests and whatnot, excavation sites, but
So the
Actual
the,
planet.
the weak spots that we have in this particular prison, are those weak spots that are like basically lead to an area that is not related to the prison, like it's on the quote unquote wilderness section,
Yeah.
or like another part of the prison?
yeah, it leads out to, like I said, the northeast, which in that direction, I mean, you don't see that information right away, but with enough information, or Google searching, if you will, you would see on Google Maps that there's a forested area to the northeast, a few kilometers away, as well as
Okay.
a series of mountain ranges.
Are the tunnels that Hondo mentioned part of the schematics?
There is an anomaly in Rawls' schematics that he's able to come up with. Something that cannot be accounted for, which could be identified as a potential breach to a subterranean prison.
Okay. What about sewage systems?
Yeah, that's where the anomaly would have been identified, because
Okay.
Rawl would have been able to account for the sewage systems of this planet, this prison facility, where they would lead to. But despite that, there is a large cavernous area at I would probably say the more centralized area, focal area of this system. There seems to be some type of cavernous void.
Okay.
So
does my search take me back to when prison was built, and was it built on top of catacombs or caverns or anything like that, or were they formed after, and that's what the anomaly is registering as now?
As far as your information is able to date back, you're getting information that dates back 5,000 BBY.
Okay.
This planet has been around for several millennia, and has been constantly being built upon.
It's a strong present planet.
Yeah. So this
It's
planet,
like Rome.
yeah,
And
it's been standing for a long time. So yeah, it's built. It constantly builds upon itself.
It's like season 2 of Dawn to Dawn. If you've seen that anime, I don't know.
I have not. But yeah,
I need to watch some anime.
but that's where the Eshka reference was located. When you're trying to get more history on the planet, you get that one offhand mentioning of a aggressive sentient local populace known as the Eshka. But that there's nothing more about them mentioned.
Now, when it comes to am I to assume that unless you are a ship that is connected to the prisons, ships are not allowed in this planet, correct? Or is that
Transportation to and from the planet is heavily monitored, being such as a prison planet.
okay?
So if someone is visiting, they would everyone would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why also the moth thing wouldn't work, because I feel like we would need to announce ourselves before we get there, and then that would be relayed. And then if that is relayed, it's like the last thing that we heard from Faline was that some moth had shown up, and then everybody blew up. So there's no point of reference of who this person was, because there's nobody alive left to actually say, but they probably reported it in the system before that happened. These are things. So here are some of the thoughts that I'm having. The container idea, I feel like it could be useful, provided that whatever ship comes in with the routine of one of the teams could carry it and then potentially place it somewhere. The way that I see it, it could be if we can get the prisoners to this exit that leads outside, but instead of leading outside, we actually have the container literally pressed against the exit point, so that basically if you were to open the exit point, then they walk in, they are literally in the container already. So it's basically just coming in and getting swooped and getting out. Now, so because we don't have the tunnels, we cannot plan on the tunnels. But the way that I see it is, Ojo going first as a prisoner gives us the advantage of having someone first that can potentially move around the space and sneak around and get some details. But we lose the opportunity of if we wanted Ojo to sneak into places with detonators and things like that, we're not going to have that as an availability, because he'll be able to summon his one weapon and that's it. So
that's what Raw would have to do. They're just gonna have to do it. He'll have to take the time, however long we have, to up his stealth of some kind.
I don't
also
think
have
we have
117 XP
I
that I can
mean,
figure something out with.
Kesh equally is high in stealth, but he can't summon weapons. But then
honestly,
again, he's
yeah, I feel like it, to me, it makes no sense. Raul being a bruiser who now also is an intelligence-based character, and us having two stealth characters already in the party, it feels like a waste for you to spend 170 XP on something that two characters already can do, when we have very little what people can do, computer related. If Dove was here, we could have her assistance, but even then, I don't think she was a full-on hacker. So it's you have a computer in your head now. I feel like that's what we should take advantage of from your end, because we could have you literally hack the system potentially without having to even be that inside the fucking place. As long as we get into a line where you can connect, if you have enough stats on it, your chances of success are higher. And then that means that if you're good at the computer's part, either taking the system down, confusing the turrets, or changing the logs or whatever that stuff, and you can do it from either afar or faster, then the people that are doing the stealth can focus on doing the stealth.
and also
So that's
not to mention.
No.
Um,
All I know is that every single time that Raw has tried to do this remotely, it has failed.
Yeah,
Just knock on
which is
So
which is which
he's
is
gonna have
which is why I'm saying focus on upping the stats so that the chances of that
well,
happening are lower. But if you're trying to up the stats of stealth now, and then we may need you to also hack into a system, whether distance or not, we may still end up fucked because I can't hack for shit, and I don't think
it
Cash has stats on that
doesn't
either.
No, I've got
necessarily
nothing. I've got nothing in computers. Like nothing in computers, nothing in mechanics,
it
nothing like
doesn't
that.
necessarily it doesn't it's gonna be harder for Raw to up his thing in computer without getting some kind of upgrade. So Dr. Katala would have to be visited. So it's harder to do that. So
your-
in order to get this, it's harder to up anything in computers without anything cybernetic. Because I'm already maxed out on my I have one more rank I can purchase, but after that I'd be maxed out on my computers. So, and I'm still not meeting the bare minimum. So, at what I'm saying is, I don't have to sacrifice XP to gain stealth, just gain equipment. We just got paid. Gain equipment that could help me be stealthy, because right now all my suit provides is like a basic camo with this a +1 success. There's other stealth suits out there. That's why I'm asking, how much time do we have to work with? Because if we can freaking get some black market deals real quick to snag this crap, then we can definitely freaking get this done. That's what I'm saying. Put some respect on it.
I mean, yeah. In my opinion, I think that unless we have a device to do it, that Ojo needs to sneak into it. Like the other person that would have the highest chance of deleting the data of the pilot from the system should be Raw.
Yeah, and also the reason why I'm saying
Raw is gonna have to.
Yeah. The reason why I'm saying Kesh should also go in because Kesh also knows all the code phrases, all the names, all the technical know-how of how to convince Phantom Squad to go, come with us, we are your best chance to get out of here.
That's also another good point. The likeliness of Phantom Squad trusting Ojo of his word without any backup to reassure that that it's a legit deal.
Yeah, so
That's good. That's a fair point. I like that idea.
and considering how stealthy Ojo and Kesh are on their own, and the fact that they can also be a bit convincing when the time calls for it, it can work.
That being said, Core Atlas has a lot. Not just Core Atlas, but Core Atlas, Org Squad, and the Anaka Trading Solutions Company have a lot to contend with on their plate. The mission to rescue Phantom Squadron from their imprisonment on Belsavis drawing closer by the minute as each phase of their plan locks in with each decision. Where the rest of this journey goes from this point on will be to be diced. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode of Star Wars Edge of the Empire. We are To Be Diced Adventures, and we'll see you next time.